So, I did not care for The Godfather. I just can't get myself interested in a genre that takes itself too seriously. I'm not judging its quality by any means, I'm just saying it's not a good movie for me, that these somber and serious tones are just too heavy for me. But recently I have found a mafia story that I have enjoyed, and it just asked the question, what if The Godfather slayed? So Akiba Made Wars came out in 2022, and I went into it just knowing a few viral clips that got around on the internet. At the time, I thought it was just trying to make a mafia parody, using Japanese maid cafe culture as its premise. But I was pleasantly surprised with how in-depth the plot actually went. Not only was this not a parody, not only was this actually taking itself very seriously, but these characters had a lot of depth and heart that I was not expecting. Now, inherently, it is comedic to use maids as a stand-in for the mafia, but it works surprisingly well. In the same way that mafias could have separate families and different divisions and even have families under other families, the maid cafe scene actually works in favor of that. Every cafe is themed differently, and there are different hierarchies and power levels to each one. We follow a rookie maid who had no idea what she was getting herself into at the pig-themed Oinky Doink Cafe. Her, in addition to another new hire maid who has more experience, end up getting pulled into extremely mafia-like scenarios, involving a lot of gunplay, intimidation, and lethal results. And despite that mafia stories are not my thing, it's very clear that they took it very seriously. Even I could see how much homework was done to make sure that the tone and feel of this was as close to any Goodfellas or Godfather that existed before it. And the juxtaposition using maids ended up being a very interesting plot point. Nagomi ends up joining the Oinky Doinks simply because she wants to be a cutesy maid girl. Even once everything starts getting more violent and dangerous around her, she still wants to fight for those ideals and doesn't want anyone to hurt each other. With every other family around her being so used to violence that she's the clear outlier who has to defend that hill, she's constantly put in a position where it'd be easier to fall back on her ideals and just become like everyone else. And the ending, as tragic as it is very hopeful and inspiring. So if you think The Godfather needed a few less trumpets and a bit more girly pop, then I'd recommend this to you. I was pleasantly surprised by this, but what do you guys think? Also, check out Paper Ninja on Webtoons and Global Comics, really helps me out.